add notes going down like this. Trust me, it sounds crazy. It looks stupid. Making emotional melodies is one of the many things that I'm personally known for. But I'm here today to show you all of the tricks from chords, bass notes, and everything else to making great emotional trap beats. It's an easy thing to do once you have all of the tricks that I'm gonna tell you in just a second. So make sure you pay attention. Yo, I need to tap out some kind of bounce. Get me something going, you know? Okay, that kind of feels okay. That feels okay. I might change it as we go. Now, the secret sauce that not enough people are talking about when it comes to making these emotional melodies is a lot of it just comes down to good chords. Like it's not anything crazy. It's just good chords. And kind of what you end up seeing with these melodies is you get like a 1, you get a 6, you get a 7, you get a 3, maybe a 5 in there. Maybe you throw in a 5, you know, like you can get kind of weird with it, but any combination of these scale degrees for your chords is usually a good idea. And me personally, just what I'm thinking is I'm probably gonna drag the 1 out. I want to go for like a 3-chord progression, 3 chords in my progression. I can just go 1, 7, 6, and this will be snazzy. I already know. And a good way to just make those chords thicker without changing too much is just layer the bass note up an octave. Oh, okay, that's where we're going. I'm gonna bring my bass notes down an octave. We want to be a little unique here. We want to switch things up just ever so slightly. Yeah, these chords are thicker, but now I like them a little too much. And I kind of want to keep a lot of this going on here. Something like that. That's just kind of how you go about thickening up your chords. You just make thicker chords. You just make them bigger, building, you know what I mean? Now I kind of want to just add in a little bit of filler notes just to kind of give some kind of rhythm, something going on other than just chords, please. I mean, we could do something like really snazzy and simple. I kind of want to repeat this phrase because I like what I did here. I think it's applicable over here, but we could kind of switch a little bit up. If you didn't know, you can also randomize the note velocity just by pressing Alt-R. For emotional melodies, I really like to make my piano a lot quieter, so I just kind of drag all the velocities down. And I've been loving Analog Lab lately for pianos. Not something I expected, but they have some very nice, clean pianos. If you feel like your melody is missing some depth, you can always just copy the bass notes down another octave, which is what I'm gonna be doing. Now for these emotional melodies, I like to make a top line or like a second piano melody just in a completely different pattern. And the reason I like to do this is because I like to take it out in my arrangements. But the sauce to this is just go somewhere high up. I usually like to go to the 5th or the 6th. You can start wherever. Add notes going down like this. Trust me, it sounds crazy. It looks stupid. You'll find something along the way. You'll probably adjust. It's really important for these kinds of top lines, counter melodies, whatever you want to call them. Leave space. You don't need to fill up every single second. Ooh, that's kind of nasty going to the 5 there. I really like that. Ooh, damn. Okay, so once you have like 4 bars of this, because all I'm doing is just copying the same phrase over and over and then changing the notes so it's no longer the same. You want to keep doing that. All I added here was just some contrary motion, and pretty much what that means is I've got this like little melodic phrase going down and then up, you know, it's doing its thing, and then I got this other melodic phrase doing the same thing but going in the opposite direction. I'm gonna randomize these velocities because I want a little bit more of a humanistic feel. Actually, you know what I'm gonna actually do? I'm gonna use the humanize tool. Life change right there. Now, for these emotional vibes, you really want to use some reverb. Tap into your reverb game. Feel free to crank it too. Like, don't be shy with that. It was already really emotional, but one thing you really want to do to shore up that emotional vibe is slap in some vocals. You can record your own. You can get some free ones from Looperman. You can also use Arcade. All great options.
Thinking about you. Da 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 da. La la la. This is love. This is love. Lately.
Okay, now we actually need to make the vocals sound good, and this is where a lot of people will struggle. So what you want to do is you want to cut out a lot of these frequencies. You don't need most of them.
Thinking about you. Da, 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 da.
And we can pitch this back down just because I have the high frequencies cut out and what I'm focusing on. And it also just sounds better. Let's throw on a chunky amount of reverb. Now, a good way to kind of shore up your whole vibe is add in some kind of ear candy like a pad. Now, personally, I'm gonna be using a pad that I made for my Overgloom Omnisphere bank, because the pads, I know I went crazy on these pads. I kind of just want to layer the chords, but I don't want the exact same notes, but I do at the same time. Secret mixing sauce. If you want to make a little bit more room in your melody, come over to whatever is like your main focus, or like your chords, or just what's taking up a lot of space, and just kind of stereo separate it a little bit. And this is going to make it come from the sides and less from the middle. Now, for me, a lot of the times for these kinds of melodies, I like to throw in like an acoustic sounding bass. You don't need to get too carried away with it. Like, it can just follow the bass notes and you're good. Now, to add a little bit more bounce to your acoustic bass, you can just shorten the notes a tiny bit. Now, to really get that super emotional, that sexy vibe, we need to add in some kind of guitar wah sounds. I've got some pretty good ones in my Havoc drum kit that I like to use. Classic. I need to start doing the drums because we got a fire melody. Now, because this is a more emotional melody, I'm gonna be spacing my 808s out a little bit more. So I want the melody to speak. Now, the two steps fine and all, but I kind of want to get a little bit more something happening here. Yes, this is what I want to do on that fourth bar, and then we can just kind of copy this over, and let's just like pitch around some of these hi-hats. You really want to pick up some energy with hi-hats. You can have two hi-hat patterns at the same time. This is some little like secret sauce for those of you who don't know. If you pan one hi-hat a little bit to one side, pan the other one a little bit to the other side, it'll make some room for this, and it'll kind of just add bounce. Now, to really make this hit, I want to layer a kick in here for sure. Maybe something simple like this. Now, really to bring this together, we need an accent snare. Now, one of the best ways to add impact to your melodies and just to your beats in general is by throwing a crash in there. Now, I just need to arrange this beat and that's it.